I didn't want to kick him out, but I had no choice. He wouldn't stop panting. As I was saying, I have not reflected this whole week and maybe for the last 2 weeks because I've been trying to avoid knowing what I'm feeling. Sounds familiar? Maybe, maybe not. I think it's hard to sit still when we are anxious. And I know for me, it all comes back to how I'm relating to my body. I hope that making this video makes you feel less alone. This is just gonna be me rambling about nonsense and things that I experience, which probably and very likely is not unique at all. I came back from New York like a few days ago, or I came back on Monday, and I was exhausted. You know, when you just you just sleep in between work, like that's literally all I did. And for the life of me, I could not get up and think. Which objectively, like on the outside, I was getting a lot of work done. But internally, I was dead. I was dead inside. And I know that's how a lot of us live in this current. I don't want to say that because there are some people who are just living their best life. But for those of working class people, you know that it is a struggle every day to make time for yourself and to also just like allow yourself the permission to relax. So then you just develop an autopilot mode. And that's the state I was in for this whole week, which is why I haven't taken the time to be with my feelings and actively avoid my feelings because it would just take me into a slump, which might then make me less productive. And we can't have that, you know. I have a lot of work to do, a lot of bills to pay. But at the same time, I realized that by avoiding taking care of my mental health and avoiding sitting down with myself and reflecting, it made it worse. I woke up every night since Monday, with exception of yesterday, because I kind of came to this yesterday. I woke up at like 3 a.m., 5 a.m. every night, and I would not be able to go back to sleep. It is very, very apparent how much sleep can affect one's personality, right? And how much it is related to your stress levels. So I guess that was the number one sign that I was stressed and I wasn't taking care of myself. And it was yesterday when I was grocery shopping, my sister asked me, she asked me if there was one advice that you would give to someone to be happy or to be happier, what would you tell them? And no, the first thought in my head was the answer she said, which is about gratitude. There's a lot of research that shows that, but I think in moments of crisis or like when you're very depressed, it's hard for the mind to find things you're grateful for. If anything, it kind of makes you feel worse. So I never suggest that to people whenever like they're not there yet, like when they're not aligned to some sort of frequency. But I did think that maybe, but I do think my answer to that is to allow yourself to take care of yourself. Like, allow yourself to do any activity that's just for you. And it could be one that is, I don't know, like folding your clothes. Like, that doesn't sound like that great, but like maybe your clothes is all over the floor and you're like, yeah, I could benefit from having a clear space. Like, that would be good for me. You know, it's not like a face mask and it's not a bubble bath, but it also would help. So I'm not running around looking for my clothes. Or Like for myself, I realized that I hadn't been working out. And I don't necessarily work out anymore for how I look. I work out for my mental health because when I am not working out, oh my gosh, I am so sleepy. And on top of the travel fatigue and not working out, I was dead inside. It's interesting how it's such a cycle that feeds on itself. But another thing is just like allowing yourself to rest, allowing, right? Like it's hard to settle your mind and your body when it feels like the whole world is pressuring you to be something, to do something really great with your life and to accomplish things and to afford to live. But in reality, like, there's nothing we really need to do. We need to take care of ourselves, not just so that we can be productive. We take care of ourselves because it's important. It is what nurtures the soul. I know that everything is easier said than done, but at the same time, I also know that by allowing yourself to just take that nap, to, I don't know, like clean your car, like you're gonna feel good. Like just do one thing a day. That's what I recommend. And I'm telling myself this. I always have a to-do list, and I've gotten over the perfectionism thing. If anything, for me, my biggest block was trying to escape my feelings, trying to escape knowing what it is that was troubling me. And if you're the kind of person who avoids that, yeah, it's gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up through sleep or something else. It always does. Unfortunately, that's kind of how that goes. But happy Friday for those of you who are in the East Coast. Happy Friday. I hope you have a great weekend.